I'm Kyle Runnquist, and welcome to Out of Place. On today's segment, we'll be looking at 3 different species of reptiles from around the world, here at Little Rays Reptile Zoo. Let's have a look. Aside from reptiles, Little Rays also houses a various amount of different species.
Little Rays is actually Canada's #1 exotic rescue, so we take in hundreds of animals every year.
This is Mr. Wiggles, and he's a dwarf caiman. He may look a little daunting, but he's pretty much a big teddy bear.
These guys can live up to 80 years in the wild. They come from South America. This is the average size for these guys. The normal range is 3.5 to 4.5 feet.
They usually prey upon small mammals in the wild and can actually go up to a year without eating if they really had to.
They're more of an ambush predator, so if they're sitting there by the shoreline and something bigger, such as the jaguar or green anaconda, which is their biggest predators, you're going to sit there and think, well, how are they going to get away from them? So if you guys check out the beautiful back, they have this beautiful layer called osteoderm. This skin, or scale, sorry, is calcified, and it acts as a second set of bones separate from his normal skeleton, preventing him from getting injured.
Next up is Sal, who's an Asian water monitor. He loves to walk up and down the hallways of the zoo.
In terms of his bite fold, it's actually stronger than a crocodilian, and if you guys do get a chance to notice his beautiful forked tongue, it actually allows him to smell where animals have died and deceased, and where he can actually go and find these animals and eat them. Now, being an animal that preys upon dead animals, he actually will have a lot of bacteria at the back of his mouth, so in the event that he were to bite a human, however he doesn't, that he would actually cause a very nasty infection on your skin.
Lastly, we have Snuggles. Snuggles is a ball python who's originally from Africa. The ball python is also known as the royal python.
They represent Earth to the men higher up in the tribes, although I like Wendy's a little too much, I can't do it, but they'll actually wear them around their waist like a belt, which is very cool. Additionally, if they find one coming across their tribes, they'll try to move it to safety, and if they come across a deceased snake, they'll actually bury them just like a human.
I'm Kyle Runnquist, and this is Mr. Wiggles. We'll see you next week.